Hello everybody. I am doing my very first post on YouTube. I've been playing around with these Bedini motors and thought I'd show you guys what I've been doing and maybe walk you through actually building a hard drive Bedini motor. Actually using pretty much most parts of a hard drive. There's several of them to actually get the magnets. So this is my setup. Let me show it to you here. Basically I'm holding this, clamping this over there, and you know, temporarily I'm still adjusting and playing around with stuff, but basically holding it over there, and it's working pretty darn good, so I'm really happy with the results. Anyway, I thought I'd show you how I built this darn thing, and you know, everybody's showing their different designs. I thought I'd go ahead and show mine. So anyway, the first part is going to be this coil and how I made the coil. Pretty much took some suggestions on other videos and used the basically the baling wire you go down buy at the hardware store for tying things, and you coat them all with polyurethane so they're insulated from one another. And what I did is just made enough so I could pack them inside the piece of 1/2-inch EMT, which actually very nicely fits a 5/8 dowel, so that's handy for spinning the coil, or you know, holding it temporarily or whatnot. So what I ended up doing was using PVC fittings to create these rings, because you know, I was trying to think of, you know, how could I make a good coil, or what could I scrounge up, or you know, what's going to be easy, or something you can buy off the shelf for nothing. So basically I just built up, I got a 1/2-inch reducer which fits inside a 3/4, put the 1/2-inch pipe inside there, and then sliced off some rings after doing that. So I just built up layers, and you could keep going with larger and larger size pipe until you get as big as one as you want. So anyway, I basically wound up with a 5/8 coil because it just sort of worked. And the first time I tried it, I had the I wrapped the coil around this with this inside, and it didn't seem to work so good. So I think it's better to just insulate your core actually using epoxy is what I ended up doing, because my first attempts I used hot glue, and things were moving around and the centerpieces were being moved by the magnet, so I needed to go a little further than just using hot glue there. So anyway, I probably need to do part 2 here, but basically ignore this part. I haven't set any of these yet because I'm going to play around with that later, but basically I'm going to wind the core right here, and this is where I'm going to actually do it a little bit different than I showed you. I'm going to hang this over the spinning disc this way, like I've seen, just to experiment around. So, but I wanted to show you how to wind the coil and kind of make this core. So it takes a while, but you know, if you take time and coat things, and you can get that spray lacquer to coat the wire before you cut it and stuff like that, and you know, it just takes time. So anyway, I'll see you next round, and keep going. Alright.